The New England Patriots just found some guys to fill some vital roles for the New England Patriots coming into this 2024 season. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. You guys know Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, putting out Patriots content. Come check it out. Do me a favor before we get started. As always, if you have not, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know going into any NFL season, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You never know what's going to happen. We already have an issue with Christian Barmore. He's out. We know that Okorafor is looking shaky. He has not been in training camp, and he has been the tried and true player that will be playing left tackle for the Patriots coming up into this season. So that leaves a lot of questions. As well, we're going to be talking about some young talent, boomer bust. Catch that at the end. So as we talk about filling these vital roles for the New England Patriots, the question is, who is going to step up? We have talked about the defensive line, and we talked about how the defensive line has been signing players to look for depth, especially at the defensive tackle, that interior area for the New England Patriots, because the biggest thing with Barmore is, and especially with any defensive line, one thing you want, and that is vital, is pressure up the middle. And Barmore was phenomenal at pressure up the middle. A lot of times you look at true defensive tackles and they are not always putting up crazy number sacks. Barmore was. He is for his size, incredibly quick. You guys know. And so missing that is going to be huge. Are we going to have anyone that is going to be perfect to fill that spot? Absolutely not. Again, do we know how long it's going to be till he comes back? No, we're not sure. We know we've heard numbers anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on treatment of the whole blood clot and everything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly he comes back. But that being said, who is going to fill that void? And again, we can't expect anyone to step into that role being able to put up numbers like him and play like Barmore does. But the likely person to do that, to fill that void, would be Daniel Ekuale. Now, Daniel Ekuale has played for the Patriots for a handful of years. Before that, he signed as an undrafted free agent to the Browns, then was picked up after he was waived by them to the Jaguars, then made his way to the Patriots. Last year, had a torn bicep. I believe that was in week 3 of the season. And so he is being asked to step into a huge spot. Now, again, I want to preface, we cannot go in as fans expecting him to put up numbers like that. Now, his biggest thing is to get pressure up the middle. We have Gotcha that is playing that more traditional nose tackle that is going to be stuffing the run. Ekuale, that's not his role. His role is to get through the line and to pressure the quarterback. And so being able to do that will open up things for the other edge rushers. There we go. And so I think the biggest thing watching him in this preseason is, can he do that? Can he perform? Now, again, last year, week 3, he was injured. The year before that, he played in 15 games, which was great. But he is coming off a year where he has not played a lot. He has not had a lot of contact. So it's going to be interesting to see in this preseason if he is the man for the job. Again, Barmore, we would love you back ASAP. But Ekuale, he looks to be the person stepping into this role. Also, the New England Patriots, we know, as I've said, have signed other defensive interior defensive linemen, defensive tackles. But again, I don't think any of those are serviceable in the sense of, I think they're added for more depth, for competition, to see what you have. But what do you guys think? Comment below. Ekuale, what do you think about him stepping into that role for Barmore? By no means, again, am I going to say, this is probably the 5th time I've said it, do I think he's going? He's not replacing him. He is not a twin of him, no. But he needs to be serviceable. So filling that void is going to be huge. He has the experience. He's shown before that he can get in. He's played, so he has that experience. So what do you guys think? Comment below. And needs to be someone that we watch a ton of this preseason. Next player we talk about. So we're looking at specifically left tackle. So Okorafor. Okorafor has not been in training camp. He has not been playing. who's been predominantly taking those reps at left tackle, has been low. So the question is what is that going to look like? Is Okorafor, is he going to be able to be back for week 1? It will be interesting to see. Again, we also have Caden Wallace. Caden Wallace just returned back to practice on Tuesday. So, and there's still plenty of time before week 1. So this is all just kind of speculation, just talking, putting it out there. So if it was all said and done today and Okorafor was all right, he's playing left tackle. There's no doubt there. And Wenu, again, we've talked about, he's been playing guard. So right now, I believe what we're going to see this preseason, especially this first week, is we're not going to see the offensive line that is going to be projected week 1. Hopefully that will be in place by week 3. Really, we've talked about this before as well, that week 3 is that week where really trying to get all the cobwebs off. For the most part, you have your starters in to start the game, and then from there you kind of go to second and third string. So if by week 3 we could have that solidified, that would be ideal. Week 2 would be ideal, but today would be ideal. But that is the big thing, making sure that we figure out who's going to be playing that if Okorafor is not there. Low again has been in there for training camp the past handful of days, but again, it's been Caden Wallace has been out. So we will see moving forward. Check him out when it comes to these preseason games and continuing on into training camp. Now, last but not least, we've talked about this player before, boom or bust. Again, what do you think? And I'll ask this question. I'm sorry, all over the place today. What do you think about Lowe? Do you think he is a good place marker as Okorafor is gone? Again, I don't think he is the answer. I don't think Aquale or Lowe are either are answers for those positions. But again, you need placeholders. You need people to fill that void when you have other people gone. So what do you think? Do you prefer them? Do you prefer other people? Let me know. Comment below. So the next player that we're going to talk about, and we've talked about him a handful of times. I believe we did a video on him not too long ago, but we're talking about Tyquan Thornton. So Tyquan, the big question going into the season, we've said, is the past two seasons, he literally has not made the 53-man roster going into the season. Now that all this Brandon Ayuk stuff is in the rearview mirror, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We don't need to talk about the fact that he was offered over $28 million a year, which is wild. That being said, the Patriots have said, hey, we're going to go with our young talent, even though they were rejected. But anyways, so, which I don't think is a bad thing. Let's go with the young talent. I think that's great. But anyways, this looks good for Thornton. He's looking at not wanting to be a bust when it comes to being an NFL player. And so I think it's just optimistic to see as well that he has a hunger. He's hungry to play. He's hungry to do well, improve himself. And so I think he is a huge person that we need to be looking at when it comes to this preseason. So I know we've talked about, the last video I did was a preview of people we need to be watching for, but these three I didn't necessarily talk about a ton, but be watching for them when it comes to preseason. Comment below, do you think they're the answer? If not, who at that position is? Let me know. Patriots football, it's back. Preseason, regardless if you like it or not, it is back. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.